Alright. Be alive. I haven't updated the sub count. I just realized I haven't updated that. Just give me a minute. There we go. Alright, now we can continue Sonic Advance. We beat Sonic's campaign and Tails', got all the emeralds in Tails' as well. So we move on to the next character in the list, Knuckles. He's about as thin as you can get for, Knuckles in a classic Sonic game. He can glide. He has a punch combo with an uppercut. But yeah, it's basically just Knuckles. Not really much to say besides from that. I like how his running animation's reminiscent of his one from Sonic Adventure. Yeah, we're just doing a casual run through of Sonic Advance with the last two characters we need to do it as. Hold on a minute. At least I won't be, pausing a whole bunch just to get a whole bunch of emeralds and stuff. It's just gonna be a pretty casual playthrough. Yeah, same as usual, Knuckles can glide and climb walls. It's the lower path I was on about before. Knuckles makes that fight a joke. I like his victory animation. Just turns his back to the camera and dusts off his shoulders. Alright, secret base zone. Again, we're not bothered about getting any of the special stage rings or anything. We're just playing this casual. My bet is we'll probably be done with this in about 3 hours at most. Yeah, Sonic Advance isn't really as long as the mainline titles. Yeah, shocker. The GBA game is shorter than the console game. And since we're not focusing on getting all the emeralds, we should be done with Knuckles' story by the end of the hour. Alright, Secret Base Act 2. I was trying to get that one item box. I missed it when I was playing as Sonic and Tails. I really wish you could actually, like, speed up your gliding with speed shoes. I was debating playing as Amy before Knuckles because she came first, but I figured I'd save the new character for last. Well, new playable character, I guess. Considering the fact that Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles have been in the classic games since, well, their debuts. Amy's only been playable in Adventure, and a whole bunch of other spin-offs. So I'll save her for last. Does Knuckles still have the shorter jump height in this game? Or am I just not noticing it? Alright. Down we go. Down we go. Simple fight. I tried making it interesting by only attacking using the uppercut. Alright, Knuckles got for whack 2. Which means we got our third visit to Casino Paradise. One we don't really need to worry about getting the emeralds in. Oh, hey, Red Jamaica. Hey there, David. Yo! I figured I'd go in order like I did with, Sonic Adventure. So Amy will be safe for last, which I guess makes sense. She's the newcomer, if you will. You sure you ain't gotta worry about no... I've got all the emeralds. I got them in my Tails playthrough yesterday. I did Sonic and Tails already. If you want to check that out, the the VOD's available for yesterday's stream. There's Knuckles and Pink. Yeah, Knuckles and Amy. The next. Like I said, I don't predict this being too long. Considering the fact that I don't have to worry about getting all the emeralds, I can see this not, like, you know, taking more than, well... I said I'm probably highballing it about 3 hours. Not even that, maybe even 2. And considering the fact that we're almost halfway through the game now. I guess you never know until you get a chance to get them all. I don't know if it's actually a way to check to see which emeralds you've got. Is there? Oh, wait, hold on. No. I thought that was the Barrel of Doom from Sonic 3. The one that's in Carnival Nights. Huh, gliding into him doesn't actually reset me anymore. It just... Is he just seriously doing this every time? Okay, I missed another. He let me get in like 5 hits. Ow. Once you know what you're doing with that fight, it's pretty easy. Every time he's a self-proclaimed idiot. Yeah. Alright, Ice Mountain Zone. We're at the halfway point. And this time we haven't got to keep resetting the level just to get an emerald. Ice, ice, baby. So I even remember how to get to the, I even remember how I'm actually supposed to get to this special stage spring. I think you can replay I believe you can actually replay special stages if you want to. Yeah, but it was up there. So I can't really... I don't even know if I can actually get up there as Knuckles. I probably can. Oh yeah, that's another thing as well. Knuckles can swim. Greetings, fellow Sonic fan here. Hey there, Blue Hedgehog man. So if I... Yeah, Knuckles can swim. He can just surface on top of the water. You can probably imagine how useful that is for certain fights. Granted, this is the only level you really get the chance to use it because there's no other water in this game. I like how they added the extra detail of Knuckles having a swimming animation. The Olympic athlete of the future. Like, Knuckles didn't have a swimming animation in the Genesis games, or the classic games. Tails did, though. I just like details like that. Like, you could just glide underwater for some reason. I like how they changed it to a swimming animation in this game. And I think also in the other games. The other advanced games. What do I mean, I think? I mean, obviously they did. I fell off the edge. Just imagine. Oh, Sonic Advance 4 would be the dream. Get that life to make up for the one I lost just now. There we go. Act 1 complete. On to Ice Mountain Act 2. Also known as a game of just fly over everything if you can. I just heard you got every Chaos Emerald with Tails and that you're doing this. Then you can play a Sonic... I did Sonic yesterday. I did Sonic and Tails yesterday. I thought I'd start off with... My original plan was to do Sonic last. You know, because you need to use him to get to the extra zone. So... But I think I heard that you have to beat the final level twice anyway as Sonic. Because it doesn't count unless you finish it. So, you know, I thought, you know what? I'll just do him first. It's called Sonic Advance. Plus it means I'm going in order. Now say hello to the character that makes this boss fight second most joke. Actually, yeah, I think this is the second easiest character to have it. If I just... Ow. Come on. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, you can actually just surface on the water. You can just do this. No, it's the only problem with doing Sonic last, having to do the extra twice. So I figured I'd do him, well... like that. So I'll be doing that last, the X Zone of Sonic again. Thankfully, I don't need to do that with Advance 2. Though Advance 2 is its own can of worms. Alright, back to Angel Island. The only thing is I wish the uppercut actually sent you a little bit higher. Granted, Knuckles' punching combo is more so Adventure 2 reminiscent. The island from Kingston, Jamaica. Ow. Thankfully... Okay, so it's just spikes down there. There isn't a pit. I'll be doing something similar with Advance 2. Except I'll be getting all the emeralds as Sonic, because that's what you need to do to get to the final level. Because they had the bright idea of separating each character's emerald collection. So in reality, across all the characters in the game, you need to collect a total of 35 emeralds. But we'll get to that when we get to Sonic Advance later in the month. Well, I say that, I mean, technically, it's 28 main ones. You don't need to collect all 35 to get everything in the game. Like, the last set of emeralds is optional, because the last set of emeralds, I'll just say it now, is tied to Amy, who you unlock by getting all the emeralds as every character. Recently finished this game myself not too long ago. Did Amy first, got all but one Chaos Emerald with her, Tails second, got the remaining Chaos Emerald with him, third, Knuckles and Sonic last. Oh, so you did it in a sort of reverse order, kind of. I'm guessing playable Amy was quite the enticing experience, you know. Amy being a playable character for the first time in series, well, 2D series history. It's a shame that she was kind of muted in Sonic Advance 2. Then again, having an entirely different character locked behind the requirement of getting the Chaos Emeralds as every character besides her, I feel like probably would have rubbed people the wrong way. So just having her be a semi-clone of Sonic would make the most sense. But again, I'll save that for when I talk about Advance 2. Nothing up there. What am I doing exploring? I don't need to explore. I've already been in this game twice already. In your playthrough, you Chaos... Oh, you got the casino... Yeah, that one's quite out of the way. One thing I do like is that even though if you die, if you lose a special stage, if you can just... I didn't know about this during my initial playthrough of the game, like, yesterday, but you can just lose a life, and it will reset the status of that special stage spring. I thought you actually had to leave the level, which is what I did. And by leave the level, I mean reset the game every single time I lost. Thankfully, the runbacks only cap out at about a minute. Actually, scratch that. I think this level... I think the runback in this level was the worst. Out of all of them. Yes, even worse than Cosmic Angel, the last level. That was a close one. Can I? Okay, can I? I can't cling to that wall. Got it. But I could have. I'm just gonna go. Wait. You're surprised to get both Chaos Emeralds. Yeah. I think what they were thinking was 1 emerald per zone, but then they realized, okay, we've actually got 6 zones here. And I don't think Egg Rocket would be a good choice for a special stage spring location, so let's just put them both in Ice Mountain. I feel like it would have made more sense if it was Angel Island. You know, home place would be the Master Emerald. But, I mean... Then again, I don't know how you're supposed to get some of these as the likes of Sonic. Without some very precise movement. Hence why I just opt to use Tails for that. Yeah, this is way different. This is more Sky Sanctuary than Angel Island. Wait, actually, I can go this way. I don't need to worry about that. Because this way is just going to lead me to the, Yeah, this way leads down here. And now we're at the end of the level. And now we got a mirror match! Metal Boxer. Wait, gliding?! Did he just not do... Did he just not, like, use the missile attack? As a kid, I never did unlock the Moon Zone. All because I kept struggling with the latest special stages. I didn't even know what I was doing with the special stages, to be honest. I just struggled with them myself. Never really bothered attempting to get all of them until today. Well, yesterday, I guess. Alright, we're near the end of Knuckles' campaign now. Egg Rocket Zone. Also, I guess this is technically the first time I'm actually playing a campaign as Knuckles in the classic-style games. I famously haven't done so yet, in any of them. Can I just glide across? Yes, I can! Pardon for asking, UK, Australia. I'm in the UK. The accent I have tends to throw people off. I get asked a lot about if I'm actually American or something. I'm not. I guess you could say it's a faux American accent. You know, that's what I call it. It's a faux American accent. Not exactly American, but I sound like it. Whoa, thanks, random enemy! I'll say one thing, Sonic Advance 3 is probably going to be the shortest out of all of them. I don't know exactly if it will be. Depends on how long the Chao hunt's going to take. Wait a minute. Ah! I see! There's a... Oh wait, isn't it actually like a route I take to get another item? Or get that invincibility? Was I supposed to get up there with the likes of Tails as well? I want to get that shield ability. That shield. Oh. Alright, I guess we'll go this way. Whoa! Dash pad right into death. Yeah. Can Amy make it up that way? I know she has the Hammer Vault. Well, actually, no. I think I probably should figure that out myself. You know, I'll be playing as her next. Since she's the last character I need to beat the game as. Do I really need the shield? Nah. I'll be fine. I got Castlevania'd. Or Zelda 2'd, I guess? NES? I don't know what to call it. Getting knocked back into a pit. I think I've died more times as Knuckles, like, in this level, than I have with Tails. Not counting restarts. You're not really a Castlevania fan. Fair enough. I mean, like, when you get knocked back into a pit by an enemy. Lots of NES games from the old days have it. Castlevania is just the one that comes to people's minds. Well, Zelda 2 has it as well. Ninja Gaiden. Ow. I somehow managed to survive that. I need some rings. Oh, real fair game. Now I gotta do this entire section again. Did I just clip through those rings? There we go. I wasn't even born in the NES era video games. My era was Sega Genesis, Mega Drive, and the SNES. Yeah, it kind of died out with the NES. But it's an old school method of difficulty. I wasn't even born in that era either. I somehow avoided that. Well, no, don't want to go that way. No, this way. So, up here, you're a 90s boy. I'm a 2000s. Oh, lovely. That jump's incredibly awkward to deal with. Alright, we're on the last section. And now we can move on to the last level of... the last main level anyway, because we still got X-Zone after this. Alright. I like how we're actually in space now. I gotta commend them for the creativity with this game. That wasn't my intention, but I'll take it. Unfortunately, I was a bit too late for that. I still ended up growing up on those consoles, well, mainly the PlayStation. Slightly before my time. I'd say my era was more the PlayStation 2 era. And the Game Boy Advance. Ow. Lag. Actually, you know what I could do? I could just climb this wall. And then just completely mess the jump up anyway. Like this. I know I was gonna die there. Okay, so this only extends out to the side of it. Wall lag. Okay, just spin dash to the side there and I can get up there. There we go. Egg Rocket's done. On to the last level, Cosmic Angel. Truth be told, I never owned these last two Sega consoles as a kid. I was no longer a Sonic fan for a few years. What got me back into Sonic was the Mega Collection for the GameCube. Huh. To say I stopped being a fan would be kind of, I guess, kind of a lie. I kind of just dropped out of being a fan of the series, like, visibly, like, you know, hey guys, I'm a Sonic fan, you know? Mainly just because I guess, embarrassment, maybe? I don't know exactly how to explain it. And then Sonic Frontiers came out and, well, kind of renewed my confidence a bit in the series, and I felt proud, I guess. Don't know really how else to explain it, other than feeling proud. I think we're at the boss now. Yeah, this is the end of the level. We're at the boss fight. Can I cling to the wall? Yes, I can. Oh, I need to do Frontiers again. My old playthrough's well updated. Funny, so do I. Knuckles probably has the easiest time with this fight. I'm dead. I know it. First time I've died to the Egg Snake in this playthrough. I think it's called the Egg Snake? And then he starts moving really fast again. Alright, so it's 42. That means I'm gonna have a maximum cap of 30 rings on, you know, when I get hit. Barely did that. Third try. Alright. Need to continue Superstar Story. Need to finish Trip Story. Need to also do Planet Fruits of Mania. I've played through Superstars. Base game's alright. Trip Story's kind of annoying to deal with. Alright, time for X-Zone. Hey look, it's the first boss again. I took damage on the first boss. Alright, time for the fight against the Egg Axe. I should mention that my cartridge for Sonic 1 had not for resale branding on it. So you got the one that came with the actual copy of the game with the Genesis. Man, you hate bad endings. Hold up. Okay, hand. Got another 2 more bad endings to go. Ow. Okay, hand again. Feels like an RPG. We're doing the hand again. Wow, he really likes doing the hand attack. I really shouldn't be pausing, but it really helps with this fight. Back then I played but never owned Sonic 2 and also Sonic and Knuckles. Didn't get to play Sonic 3 standalone until the Mega Collection. Huh. So did you actually play Knuckles in Sonic 2 then? Almost dodged, almost got hit by that. Alright, hand again. Is he not gonna... Okay, that came out practically instantly. Is he on his last legs? Oh, finally did the moving attack. And he did it again. That's Knuckles' story done. 40 hours up as well. GG. Yep. GG's indeed. That's just his gliding sprite. Everybody else has a different falling animation, except for Knuckles, who just uses his gliding animation. Yeah, Sonic's the one that saves everybody else instead of Tails. I guess it makes sense. It is his blame. That beam attack. Best way to check. Look at the actual cannon shape and pause. Like, when it stops moving, just pause. And then just act accordingly. That's Knuckles' campaign done. Gonna activate turbo mode to get through the credits fast. Yes, I'm playing on emulator, just to make things a little more easier, so you don't have to sit through all the credits again multiple times. There we go. No get all Chaos Emeralds prompt, because I've already done that. And now we come to what's possibly the hardest campaign in the game. Because of how different it is. Why, it's Amy Rose, of course! If you've played Sonic Advance, you probably know what you're getting into. She doesn't have a spin dash, she has a hop. Visual Boy Advance, I would assume that's what I use for my playthrough. Yeah, that's what I'm using. She can't jump onto enemies like most characters. She has to attack with her Pico Pico hammer. Which I think, yeah, Sonic Adventure was the first time... No, Sonic the Fighters was the first time she was depicted with a hammer. Well, the Pico Pico hammer in particular. The Fighters was the first time she used a hammer in general, but I think it was called the Magic Hammer in that game? Anyway, she has like a hammer slam attack thing. And then she can also do a hammer vault, which propels her into the air a bit. She can also do a little slide attack, which I don't really know any sort of practical use for it. Besides from just looking funny, I guess. And she can grind rails, I think. Hold on. She rides down rails in a really... Yeah, she can high jump with a spring, yeah. Unfortunately, she doesn't have a double jump. So basically, you're playing Sonic 1, but worse in terms of gameplay. Well, in terms of... You don't have any sort of rolling ability either, you just crouch. But to make up for it, she can hit a hammer on springs to jump higher. Yeah, not very much there. Unfortunately, she does not have the double jump, Abdul Rahman. Gems Collection marked the first time I ever played CD Fighters and even some of those Game Gear games. Same. In fact, the Mega Collection was the first time I played most of the games in the series. I wouldn't get to play SA1 and SA2 until much later. When I actually got a GameCube with, Adventure 2 Battle. But that was like the 2010s. Way later. Hold on, let me just get this checkpoint. Okay, we'll just go this way. The themes are so loud. Let me just hear how it sounds on my end. Doesn't sound that bad to me, Abdul. You recently finished Tails Adventures 100% not that long ago. I really should check the game out. Also, hey there, Rowan. there's one Sonic game I feel like should be remade, it's Tails Adventures. It's such a I wouldn't say departure of the series, but I feel like Metroidvania kind of fits the series at some point. Alright, let's go. First boss time. Bit of a different approach to dealing with enemies, since she can't, well, you know, jump on them. I'd say she's a welcome addition to this game. And when people say about, okay, what's the real Sonic for? I think of this game. It did what every other number entry did. Adds in a new character. Their own bells and whistles, you know. Tails didn't immediately have flight, but he'd later get flight to differentiate himself from Sonic 3. Sonic 3 introduced Knuckles the Echidna. Oh yeah, she does have a rolling state, but it's only activated when scripted, I guess? I don't know if I should play some of those game games in Origins since I still have Gems Collection. They're basically the same. I think the emulation quality might be a little different. I know there was an issue with the games being played with mono sound, I think, in Origins, so I think Gems Collection might be the best way to go. Then again, I played Drift 1 and 2 in Origins, and... not Origins, Gems Collection and Mega Collection, and I think audio quality is a little bad on, like, really, like, loud. I don't think the Origins version has. Play this in GBA or NDS? I'm guessing ND3 means you 3DS, or... No, I'm playing this on an emulator, Visual Boy Advance. My laptop can handle running an emulator while streaming, so I thought I'd use that. And I don't have any sort of capture card for the DS or anything. And I don't have the... what's it? What's it called? The Game Boy player? I don't have that for the GameCube. So I just settled for emulation. I think Amy's campaign might take about as long as Tails' yesterday, but that's not because I'm getting all the emeralds and stuff. That's just because of how different her campaign is. There's so many things I gotta... That's not what I wanted to do. Like, you gotta jump and then attack. Yeah, so Amy's considered a speed type as of Sonic Adventure 2. There are a few Game Gear games I'd have to play on Origin since Mega Collection Plus was only for the PlayStation 2 and Xbox. Oh, right, yeah. I'm not sure how much it is to get, what's it? Mega Collection Plus secondhand nowadays. That's the one I had. Plus, at least I also got some extra bonus games like Comic Zone and the Use. And then Gems Collection came with the Vectorman duology. Speed type, she's not as fast as Sonic. I meant by, like, what they classified them in, what's it? In the multiplayer, Sonic Adventure 2. She's relegated to speed type in the multiplayer. And then she's also speed type in Heroes. And like most of the racing games, the Riders trilogy, Team Sonic Racing. It's only recently that they started giving her the delegation of handling, like with Crossworlds. Like, she's given the position of being a handling type character. Best gameplay character, probably Tails. Sonic and Tails are probably the best ones. I'd probably lean towards Tails, personally. Wait, the Quake can damage you? The little earthquake when he lands from the super jump can damage you? Never realized that. Alright, secret base is done. Yeah, some of the bosses in this game aren't great. Well, most of them aren't great, I guess. Also, hey look, it's Twinkle Park from Sonic Adventure, but... Yeah, this is what I mean when I say about scripted segments. She can roll, but only when in, like, the pinball. Or, you know, some other situation. Like, rolling down those tube things? Used to own the Sega Genesis Mega Drive collection, and that's what got me into enjoying some of the other games, including Alex Kidd, Comic Zone, Kid Chameleon, and even Decap Pack. I played a whole bunch of the games in that collection. It's just to show you guys. There you go, that's how you get to the special stages, Amy. I'm not gonna be doing it because I've already beaten all the special stages in this game, but... I guess I'll just flex again. I guess I'll just do this to flex. This is a sort of bonus. Every character gets their own little board for these special stages. I've got this! They even had little trick animations. You wouldn't have seen much of this because I was playing... This is the one you did with Tails. I just wanted to show you how to get there as Amy. Granted, I looked up a guide to find all these, and I am failing miserably. Not that it matters anyway, that's not my focus. I've got the emeralds already. I just want to show off Amy in a special stage. And I did it! First try. I could have done all this with Knuckles, but Tails makes this a lot easier. I've got an emerald in this, but I just wanted to show it off real quick. Other characters can get to the special stages. It's just... Like I said, it doesn't really matter. I've got all the Chaos Emeralds. I just wanted to show off another special stage. Wait, I got 2 continues? How the hell did I get 2? I got 1 Chao. Is it just... Oh, was the extra continue just for beating the special stage that I've already got an emerald in? I guess when I'm done with this, I'll quickly do a run of, like, another level as each character just to get to the emerald. just to show you what it's like to play the special stages as each character. Plus, I guess it'd help for footage collection, so I'm not just using Tails for all of them. You know, if I ever decide to review these games. Gather the Chaos Emeralds is worth it. I've already done that, Abdul. I did it last stream as Tails. In case you couldn't tell from the, Amy got a Chaos. I think I know how it works, Blue Hedgehog Man. I think it's because I already had the Emerald. The Chow gives you an extra continue anyway, so I'm guessing just so you don't leave the level empty-handed, they just say, hey, you could just have this Emerald. You could just have this continue instead of the Emerald that you already have. Say, you know, oh, right, yeah, I think I remember. It's like, up, what's it? Up. Something like, up, L, down, L, or something like that. I'll have to show that off when I go and get into the special stage of Sonic. Might actually help get to the one in I almost said Emerald Coast. No, it's Neo Green Hill. It's kind of baffling how Sonic and Tails isn't an option by default in this game. I guess they were trying to go for the Sonic Adventure approach, but even then, I think Tails was a partner in those levels. When he was available in the story, anyway. So, like, Windy Valley. From, like, Windy Valley, Xenopolis, Ice Cap, and then Skydeck. You gotta consider your attack timing. That's what makes this so hard. That's why I just elect to stand here. Yeah, I'll have to check that out when I go into the special stages as Sonic. I'll do a quick revisit of Knuckles just to get the nearest special stage. I don't know which one that'll be. Probably Ice Mountain. Act 2, probably. Or maybe I'll just do the first one again, if I can get to it. Alright, Ice Mountain Zone. Now, in terms of the character that has the easiest time with the boss here, I'll show you, like, in a bit. We gotta get through Act 1 first. Also, this is a lot better than the Origins version of Amy. Like, a lot more unique, because in Origins, it's literally just a recolor, oh, not recolor, a reskin of Sonic. Like, she controls basically, not identical to Sonic, but considering the fact that her Hammer Rush is basically just a drop dash, but with a different coat of paint, and doesn't leave you in a rolling state. It's a more stilted version of it, I guess you could say. Origins uses a CD spray, but the moveset's the same as this game. No, it doesn't actually. Are you thinking of a different... I think I found a practical use for the slide. Dealing with low to ground threats. The only thing is, the slide doesn't cause it to gain momentum. To say the least, the jump is like in this game. You can't spin jump in the games included in Origin. Did we play the same game, Blue Hedgehog? Did we play the same game? Because she could spin jump in Origins. Are you thinking like a mod? Like, she had a similar sort of jump ability, and then... like, she had a hammer spin attack that she could do as, like, a sort of insta-shield. Like, she was kind of a hybrid of both Sonic 3 Sonic and Mania Sonic in that regard. Alright, we're the boss fight. Let me just test something. Yeah, you can actually just use the Hammer Vault and get out of the water quick. So she doesn't have to worry about air. But on top of that, she doesn't need to worry about this boss's gimmick. At all! See? She has the easiest time with this fight. Knuckles is second easiest, Tails is third. Sonic is the hardest time. And with that, not Ice Paradise, that's the next game. Ice Mountain is done. On to Angel Island. The sound channels keep cutting out. You can also do some pretty stylish skips like that. Also, these are quite similar to the gears seen in Metropolis Zone. Ow. I'm at 9 lives anyway, so if I die, it's not like it matters too much. Let's go this way. Let's take the top route. There's an extra life up here, but I've got a max cap of 9, but I've noticed that the cap doesn't actually go at 9. Like, it doesn't stick to 9. So whilst it does say 9 lives, I think I've got more than that. Alright, time for Act 2 of Angel Island. I guess we're not going that way then. Wait. I was trying to do the little slide thing on there, but that didn't work. I got crushed. Yeah, the lives count still remains at 9. It's kind of like Dino City? Like that one SNES game JonTron covered a while back. Like, was it Dino City? Dinocity? You know. Is it Hydrocity? Hydra City? Hold on. That is a massive hitbox! Ow. Oh, I want the checkpoint. get the right angle, you can just do that. I'm taking the bottom path because I don't need to worry about the other path. Alright, time for the boss fight. Round 4. Amy has the easiest time with this fight. Metal Bob Marley. Yeah, Amy has the easiest time since the, you know, the hammer goes through spin dash. I think the hammer is actually the strongest ability in this game. Alright. 1 minute. Alright, time for Egg Rocket Zone. The final traditional zone of Sonic Advance. Well, Egg Rocket / Cosmic Angel. And calling this level traditional is kind of funny to think about, because this level is nowhere near traditional. Hello there, Sonic 1991. I know for a fact I wasn't gonna make that. How is she supposed to make that jump? Is she not? Okay, there's a shield there. Oh, if I just run, it just lets me cross the gap without problem. That's interesting. Huh, shortcut. Well, Amy's not exactly viable or anything for normal play. She is, I'd say, cracked. When in the right hands, she is cracked. Classic Sonic and Classic Amy, they are coupled. I think it's a one-sided thing. Well, let's try that again. Okay, there's nothing that way. I think I did Section 1 fastest as her because of that. No, I don't think she can make that, no. She can get that, though. It's possible to get 99 lives, yeah. Yeah, it's funny, because I didn't really notice that until recently. The life count only goes up to... The life count only goes up to 9, but you can have more than 9 lives. Like, I died during Angel Island Act 2, and and I had a full cap of 9, but it carries on like that. It's like one of those old NES games. Wait, hold on, I got this. Your favorite pastime is destroy the badniks. Yeah, you can actually just clip through, like, your hammer hitbox clips through floors, so... So you can just do that. My language? English. Do I have... Okay, I've got a question. Speaking of languages and stuff, is auto-dubbing on my channel? Okay, there we go. I thought I got stuck there. Alright then. Oh, you speak Spanish. That's cool. Around. Yeah, that's another one. I had to disable order building yourself. Yeah, they rolled it out worldwide, didn't they? I thought they did. I need to figure out how to actually disable it on my end. Not exactly the biggest fan of, like, you know, the quality of the... Not really the biggest fan of quality, like... Careful. Will be. I always seem to think that that enemy kept shooting at you. Unless I'm just misremembering. You know, like the little enemies that pop out of the... Nice. Wait. I was trying to attack it, but... The Badniks is annoying, yes. Okay, wait. There we go. That's the one part I struggle with. There we go. Quite an awkward jump now. Okay, I thought I was gonna have to make that jump. There we go. That's Egg Rocket done. Amy might take me a bit longer than an hour, but it should be fine. I like how she has a double hammer attack. This is gonna take me to... okay. Am I seriously going into this fight with no ring? Okay, never mind. I'm not going in with no rings. 34. First try. Nice. Cosmic Angel's done. Time for X Zone. Probably the most annoying X Zone. I got proven wrong. I just now played Origins and Amy can spin jump. I didn't believe it because I haven't bothered to play as her in the game. Fair enough. I mean, Origins Plus was... Then again, I could have just kept jumping in between the Wrecking Ball, but... Yeah. I thought so. There's probably mods to change it, but I knew for a fact the original wasn't like that. I know the old, like, Sonic 1 to 3, like, Amy mods were just given Amy's moveset from Sonic Advance. Alright, time for Agax. The hardest version of Agax. Because I'm going to need to actually physically attack. What are we starting with? Okay, we're starting with the hand. Truth be told, Knuckles was the reason I wanted Origins Plus in the first place. I have yet to do a playthrough CD with you. Okay. Okay, I can actually get 2 hits in pretty comfortably with Amy. Duck. 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 Hand. Missed it. Oh, just barely. Nice. Try hammer. Thing is, I tried that, and then he has barely enough time to actually damage him, so I just wait for the attacks where he has a long... Missed it. Could have hit him then, but then... I wonder if I can make it finish him off on this side. There we go. Amy's campaign's defeated. I think I only died, like, twice. No, 3 times. I think I died like 4 times, actually. And then Sonic saves Amy at the last possible moment with the tornado. Once again, we're going to set turbo mode. Just skip through most of the credits. Now let's let the Sonic and X Zone again, followed by the Moon Zone. I'm just gonna quickly do a run of the special stages. Like the first special stage is Sonic and Knuckles, just to show them off a bit, maybe. Mainly, I just want to show off the Sonic and Tails like cheat thing, but I figured I might as well do it as Knuckles as well. So, game start. Let's pick Knuckles. And easiest one to get to is going to be... Let me look it up real quick. Secret Base Act 2 map. I have passed by it before. So I'm gonna go for Zone 2 Act 2 as Knuckles, just to show off the special stage as Knuckles as well. Nope, hold up, let me just... So I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna go into Neo Green Hill Zone just to get the special stage in Sonic, while also showing off the Sonic and Tails combo. It's not this one, it's the next one. It's interesting because I gotta do that. Into the special stage. Every character gets their own little board. Alright, time for the 70 rings. I missed it. Alright, first victory. We got 140 rings. And there's the special stage is Knuckles. Granted, I already have them, but it doesn't matter too much. This time I'm gonna get another continue, but it doesn't matter because I've already got, like... Oh, never... Yeah, I just got one continue for getting an emerald again. I didn't get the Chow this time. Alright, I'm just gonna reset. Just so I can go back to the title screen again. I've just shown off Knuckles in a special stage. Yeah, so the code I'm looking at right now is, start the game. So, alright. Alright, so here's how we do it. So select Sonic, then... Let's try this again. Up, down, L, R. Sorry, I'm just trying to... Yeah, here's what we do. So, up, down, L, R. See that? Hear that ring sound effect? That means we have the Sonic and Tails option. Unfortunately, I can't, like... Unfortunately, I don't have Tails, like, tagging along. I'll reuse this code for when I get around to the final act, just to show you, hey, Tails can be useful. So I'm just gonna quickly go through Neo Green Hill again and get the, special stage here. Hold on, let me just double check something real quick. Okay, Neo Green Hill Zone Act 1. I'm just looking at how I'm supposed to get to the, Okay, so I need to stick to the top path. Okay, where's the rail that leads to the top of a loop? Okay, so continue on as normal. No. Okay, let me just move this along a little bit. I'm gonna backtrack a bit. Can't grab onto him. However, I get unlimited tries to do this, provided I don't have time overrun. Just want to show you guys that it is actually possible to get up there. Alright, so there's nothing up this way, it's actually a lot later on. And by a lot later on, I mean... Let's try this again. Should be a checkpoint nearby, yep. Now, do that. Up we go. Special stage. Just showing off the first special stage of Sonic. Truth be told, my original logic was I'd use Sonic and Tails to make it easier to get up there as Sonic, but I don't think I actually get up there as like I can't use Tails' you know, abilities. Yeah, unfortunately, you can't have Tails tagging along for this, like in Sonic 2. I'm guessing because they didn't really intend for people to just casually use... And that's it. That's all the characters in the special stages. I predominantly use Tails, but so every character can actually make it to them. It just requires a lot of out-of-the-box thinking. Double continue. Alright then. I'm gonna reset now. And now we're actually gonna finish this game proper. Try this again. Up. There we go. Final zone. Let's finish off the game with the, way easier to just do that. So now it's just like Sonic 2. I figured I'd have Tails in the party, because I don't think it matters if I actually have Tails following around for this. Alright, so we're at X Zone, Egg X, round 5. Tales of... I wasn't expecting it to come out that fast. I guess one advantage to having Tails in the party. He can pick up loose rings. And that's the final boss, so... The main final boss, anyway. I think I can do it now. Yeah. Yeah, no explosions. Sonic got through final. Eggman's fleeing to the moon. Super Sonic, let's go. And Tails is just looking. Alright, I might struggle with this one. I've not done this before. What's Tails gonna do? Unfortunately, they kind of... He's kind of useless in this. In this fight, considering the fact that, well, you know, he's not got a super form. He's gonna put his guard up again. And we're done. Sonic Advance is beaten. Sonic got through extra. Kill that robot penguin. It does kind of look like a penguin, yeah. Tails, Knuckles, and Amy watching the moon. A few days later, Sonic was gone for like a few days? What? Tails is just flying the tornado. And then he sees a sparkle. And immediately makes chase. And there's Super Sonic. He's managed to maintain super form for like 3 days. Congratulations! Thank you for playing. And that was Sonic Advance. For real this time. I think I'll let the credits play out this time. Pretty great, like, 2D Sonic game. Nice blend of old and new. Oh, sorry if it keeps lagging or anything in the audio and all that. I'm just gonna look for now to add this to the ranking. Wait, do I actually have the... Unfortunately, Advance 2 is not going to be until the end of the month. I've got Adventure 2 to go through first. Do I have display capture? Alright, let me just see if I can add this. Close, hold on. Gotta cut out a little bit for a minute just while I copy and paste real quick. Paste reference. Alright, let me just find the, where is it again? The 2026 games tier list. Yeah, I know it's glitching a bit. Don't worry about it. Okay, do I... Alright, capture... this... Oh, hold up. I missed it, but whatever. Gonna pause it there. How does Sonic Advance fare on my ranking of games I've played this year? I know it's mostly just Metroid games at the moment. The list will grow as we go along the year. Alright, let me just double check which ones is which layer. That's just Metroid Prime. I guess we'll pick this one. So, Sonic Advance, I feel, is a solid A tier. Yeah, A tier. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting with the game. It's a pretty great, like, conversion of the 2D games with elements of the 3D ones. So yeah. That is Sonic Advance. Let me just unpause this. So yeah, tune in next week. Well, actually, scratch that. Hold on. II is launching in Sonic Racing Cross Worlds this week, so I'll be doing that. And if all things go well, stay tuned next week for Sonic Adventure 2. See you guys then.